How you guys doing? So today, with this rainy day, we're going to talk about cause and effect and why, if you really want to start moving forward in the law of attraction, you got to add cause and effect. I know the last video I talked a little bit about it, especially dealing with love and romance and relationships, but I want to go in a little bit deeper. And if you were on the Periscope one, you know, that one's a little different. So if you like Periscope, you know, follow me at Ren Speak on Periscope or my YouTube channel, which is Lorenzo Reed. But the Periscope was pretty cool because, you know, people get to ask you questions and they talk, and today was kind of weird, but it was all right. So, law of attraction, cause, and effect. All right. So let me tell you, when I first got out of the Marine Corps, there was a guy, the first job I got, I wanted to learn more about retail, so I took a job at CVS, and I was one of the managers there. And one of my co-managers, he was from South Carolina. He was like, man, you know, I've been, you know, I'm a black man. I came to Atlanta to visit one time. I saw all these black people, they BMWs, and I thought, man, I'm coming to Atlanta because I'm going to get my BMW. I was like, cool. And he was like, yeah, but you know, I've been here for 7 years and I don't have my BMW yet, man. All it's all fake, it's a fraud, it's blah. And I was like, okay. Now, being growing up in Atlanta, I kind of understood how Atlanta worked. And so I said, well, what have you been doing? What networking events have you been going to? Who have you know, gotten to know? What are you showing people that what you do, there's something in you that can be a benefit to them? And he was like, man, I ain't had time to go do all that. I've been working all the time. All I've been doing is working. I work this job and I work another job because it's expensive to live here in Atlanta. And I said, well, here's the problem. In this city, in order for you to advance, and in most cities, in life, period, in order for you to advance in that kind of mindset, you got to show other people what you can do to benefit them. You see, there's a law here. There's cause and effect. You gotta do something. You gotta move. You gotta vibrate. You gotta show, you know, that you have talent, that you have ability, you have skills. You have to place yourself in the right environment in order for the effect of you developing business, you developing opportunities coming your way. Those things want to be attracted to you until you go out and be the causal factor that brings it in. Because other than that, if you don't, then you are just the effect of whatever causal factor somebody else is creating. Okay, so basically I was like, dude, you're in a situation where you're just working. So your managers, your district manager, they are putting together a schedule for you, and they are the cause of you just sitting here working. But let's look at the deeper cause. You came here to Atlanta without a plan. Decision you made. Here's the effect. Now you just floating in the wind. 2, you put yourself in a situation where your lifestyle costs more than one job can afford, so you don't have the opportunity nor time to go out and develop secondary business or things like that. You made that decision. So that's the effect, that you're working all these hours in 2 jobs. So now you don't have the availability to go out there. You know, that's that. I'm going to just stop right there. Too many people have a lifestyle that costs them more than what they can afford, so they have to spend so much time working 2 jobs because you're unwilling to give up things in life in order to go out there and build something. You know, Jim Rohn, and I know I quote him a lot. Jim Rohn talked about the fact that if you should be spending just as much time building yourself and building you than you are building somebody else's empire. You know, there's a meme thing that I talked about a little while ago. It said that if you're not out building your empire, then somebody will hire you to build theirs. If you're not building your empire, then somebody will hire you to build theirs. Cause and effect. If you are only an employee all day, and then when you're off work, you are so caught up into rest and relaxation and stress reduction and sleeping and TV and that sort of thing and eating, then what can you expect to be drawn to you? What can you expect to be attracted to you? What can you expect to have in your life? The only thing you're going to have in your life is whatever you have put out. So you put out that all I want is TV, rest, relaxation, and then go to my daily grind. And then on the weekend, maybe I go have some fun or whatever. I might go to a networking event or something every blue moon, but that's really not producing anything. Why? Because you're not putting enough focus and time on it. See, that's the other thing about cause and effect. It is not to go out and do one thing and then expect this huge effect. I can't make one video and expect to be on a stage filled in a room filled with 20,000, 40,000, 100,000 people. It doesn't happen that way. You got to make video after video after video. You got to go and get on stage. You got to go out there and speak. You got to go out there and coach people, and you got to spend that time. And it may take 10 years, it may take 20 years, but you got to have enough focus and fortitude within you to keep going. People will quote things like, run your race right? And don't tire, because but you tire so quickly. And then you give it up and say, oh, it's just not meant to be, or it's just going to come. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting. Like, it's getting close to the end of the year, and there's so many people starting to post, and I hate it. Oh, your blessing is coming in 2016. These are the same people that was posting your blessing is coming in 2015, because it's a year of it equals 8. You know, it's a year of restarting and that sort of thing. Okay, stop waiting. Stop waiting, because guess what? Next year you're going to be saying it's coming in 2017, and then it's coming in 2018. If something is always coming, then it will never get here. Never get here. All right? It's like a never-ending road. It will never get here. So you got to start doing things that bring the effect. I'm not saying don't pray. I'm not saying don't have expectation. I'm not saying don't look for supernatural intervention, or, you know, I'm not saying don't look for that. You should have your faith. You should. But within your faith, there are works. You have to get out and work. You cannot pray for a crop and yet you don't go out and plant. You have to plant to receive a crop. It just doesn't work that way. And if you're the kind of person that's just going to sit there and wait for it, then you're just going to get whatever other people decide you can have. So if your greatness is only as valuable as what other people decide it is, then that's all you're going to get. So understand, if you can get the masters say, the sage say, if you understand fully this law of cause and effect and how to use it, and you master it, then the scepter of power is yours, because now you know how. And I'm gonna tell you, there's a huge secret into how to make that work for you. It's a huge secret, and that's something that we're gonna have to come to a seminar to talk about. But guys, understand the law of cause and effect. Understand it. Know that for every effect there is a cause, and for every cause there is an effect. And either you're the cause or you're receiving the effect. And so decide which one you're going to be, because my greatness is non-negotiable. Nobody else determines my greatness but me, and your greatness is non-negotiable too. And don't let anybody decide the value of your greatness.